Hey, it's A Helmet Collector here. And in today's video, we have a very special unboxing. We have what I think, it's not an understatement to say, is probably one of the rarest death cards in my collection now. I'm very excited to show that to you guys. But also a package that I've been waiting on for a good chunk of this year. Coming from Ukraine, it's taken a while to get here, but we have it now, and I'm very excited to open that up and show it to you guys. So bit of an international episode, actually. So the death cards we're going to be looking at were from a seller in France and Germany, respectively. And then, yeah, the main packages from Ukraine, which is super cool. So unfortunately, with the death card envelopes, they had the seller's address front and back. So I've already opened those up so we can actually just start taking a look at them. So this one, I believe that we've had cards from the seller before because he tends to include the Volksboon listings for these guys. There's some really, really good cards in this lot, if I remember correctly. So we'll see if we can't get in here. You might notice I'm actually back at my parents' place for the weekend, but I decided to sneak away for a little bit and try to open these up because I'm very excited. Alrighty. Okay, let's see what cards we got here. So we have the card of Albert Grillmeyer, who was an Unterofficer and Zugführer, which I believe is a group leader in a Maschinengewehr company. Bear the Iron Cross second class. So we have this really neat field photo of him here where you can see he actually has his helmet clipped to his belt. He's got his backpack on. Looks like he's leaning on his Mauser. Super cool. I don't think I've ever seen a photo like that on a World War II death card before, which is pretty neat. And well, it looks like he was killed November 16th, 1941 in the east near Sovpha at the age of 30. So yeah, really awesome card there. We have this card here, I believe for an aviator, if I remember correctly. Yeah, for Ernst Muhldorfer, who was an Unterofficer and Flugzeugführer in a Jagdgeschwader, if I can pronounce that correctly. And he was killed February 22nd, 1944. In Mitteldeutschland, so over Germany, at the age of 21. Really cool because he's got his pilot skull cap on there with the goggles. Pretty neat. And we have a pretty neat backing there as well. This is a different card quality than you normally see. It feels very glossy. I'll have to take a look at it under the jeweler's loop later, but I have no reason to believe that that's not authentic, but I'll double check. Next card that we have here is for Michael Zisselberger, pioneer in the Waffen SS, who was killed July 26, 1941. Schwerin Gefecht, I can't remember what that word is, in Yaluzha, Russia, at the age of 22. So you see SS cards, they're not super common, but you do see them, around. I don't know if I've ever seen an SS Pioneer. You don't see that one too often. It's kind of neat. And then the last card in this slot, we have for Johann Berger, born December 10th, 1910, fell October 17th, 1941, in Deshino by Kaluga. And once again, here we can see he actually has his helmet clipped to his belt, so I thought that was pretty neat. It's pretty nice backing, too. But yeah, overall, super cool cards. Like I said, these came from a seller in France. Now, for the card that I got from Germany, this is... I don't want to stress this enough. This card is not 1 in millions. This card is 1 in tens of millions. So this is the card of Johann Heiser, an Obergefreiter in a Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross Second Class, the Gold Wound Badge, the Assault Badge, and the Stalingrad Medal. Now, for those of you who collect death cards, you might be aware there's a post on the War Relics forum talking about a death card for somebody who's identified as having the Stalingrad Shield. So the Stalingrad Shield was an award the Germans actually started designing that was going to be a campaign shield similar to ones that you have for Crimea, that soldiers who fought in that campaign would be able to wear. Now, of course, because Stalingrad ended up being a major defeat for the Germans, the war was never instituted. That being said, the particular death card I'm talking about, which is actually owned by somebody who comments on this channel pretty often, Will, who's another big death card collector. He actually has the soldiers. I think it's his Veripass, but it also has the Stalingrad Shield listed, which is weird because again, it was never issued. And I was actually talking to him prior to this video, and as far as we are aware, his card and now this one that I have here are the only 2 death cards that have been found by the collecting community that reference a Stalingrad award, which is insanely cool. Yeah, so this is just a really neat card. I haven't checked this out on the Jewel Loop either. I literally just opened it a second ago, or a couple minutes ago. But yeah, I have no reason to believe it's not authentic. Like I said, I've never seen this one floating around. And what's interesting, I actually did look up his casualty record, and he was in the 100th Jaeger Division, which was at Stalingrad. Most of the division was destroyed during the encirclement, and they ended up reforming the unit later from the supply units that were supporting the 100th Jaeger Division in Stalingrad, as well as people that were on leave and people that were, outside the city in hospitals recovering from wounds. So given the fact that Johann has the gold wound badge, it's probable that he was wounded during the fighting in Stalingrad, was evacuated, and that's how he ended up surviving the destruction of the 100th Jaeger Division. And interestingly enough, he was in the motorcycle reconnaissance unit that was attached to the division, and he would be killed by shrapnel wound to the gut. I'll have his death card up on screen so you can read all this yourself, but he was killed by shrapnel wound to the gut in 1944. So it's interesting that they chose to include the Stalingrad Award, given the fact that this is so much later after Stalingrad. It should have been pretty apparent at this point that no award was going to be forthcoming. But still, super awesome card. Easily in my top 5 now that I have it in hand. Just super, super cool. And now we have probably one of the coolest big items that have come in. So this was sold to me by another military YouTuber, Sovpha, who I'll link his channel down in the description. But he reached out to me earlier this year, said he had a helmet for sale, and he gave me what I thought was a pretty good price on it. So I ended up paying him, finally have it in hand. So yeah, this is obviously not a sponsored thing, but I paid what I thought was a pretty fair price, and I'm very excited for this helmet. It's got some pretty neat provenance, and it's definitely going to have its own video in the future. I think he said there's going to be some other stuff in here too, so I'm kind of excited to see what that is. Ooh, alright, so what we got here? Got a bag of candy. Oh, nice. I don't think I've ever had these before. Pepinez, sour-filled candies. Oh, love sour. Definitely going to be eating those. Got a nice magnet there. Tractor towing a tank. Love that. It's great design too. I've seen that in a few places. Let's see here. It's packaging material. More packaging material. Alright, we have the helmet there. Just making sure that I'm not missing anything else in the box here. Oh, looks like we're good. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is cool. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Some kind of trench art spoon there. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, so this helmet is really, really cool. He sent me a whole email with all the information, which I will definitely be talking about in the video that I'm going to make. But basically, this helmet was picked up in 1944 by the sister of the old lady who he got this helmet from the banks of the Dnieper River in 1944, which is crazy. So this is like a super early battlefield pickup. And basically from there, I think it just sat in a barn forever. But yeah, nice original paint. See damage to the top of the helmet here. It looks like some major shrapnel hit on the top. And then yeah, the liner in here, actually, we'd still see a stamp. I believe he said that this helmet was actually made sometime in 43 based off the code in here. Which, what, it's a... If I can get some light on it, it's like a... let's see, a 213. All the info's in the email. Like I said, I'll talk about that in a future video. But super duper cool helmet. I love battlefield pickup, battlefield relic stuff. And yeah, this is just like right up my alley. Has some really cool look to it. I'm very happy to have this. And yeah, he did say there was some extra stuff. Like I said, I don't really know what else is in here, so I'm curious now. See what else we have. Oh, we got some buttons. Sweet. Some German uniform buttons picked up there. And oh, we have a naval button too, it looks like. So yeah, a lot of these pebbled texture buttons. Yeah, I saw one that had an anchor on it. Yeah, here. I think that's, if that's a German button, that'd be Kriegsmarine. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Sovpha, for selling this to me. I really appreciate it. So that means in my Relic helmet collection now I have a nice, what looks like a single decal hair, or a regular Army helmet, and then I have a Luftwaffe and what I think is an SS, which means the only one I'm missing now for my like battlefield recovered helmets is a Kriegsmarine helmet, which is going to be expensive, but I'll find one eventually. I'll have the complete set, which will be cool. But yeah, this is just really, really neat. This has been probably the best unboxing we've had this year so far, and frankly, I don't think it's going to get much better because I got to start saving up for Max here pretty soon. I say as I think I spent like $60 a day on death cards, but that's beside the point. But yeah, so really cool. We have the helmet, the buttons, the spoon is really neat. I love trench art, so that's cool. And then yeah, the death cards. Come around the corner here. Yeah, all these really interesting death cards, and then the Stalingrad award card. So yeah, probably the best unboxing of the year. I don't think I'm going to top this one in 23, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, just really awesome stuff. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.